Alright guys, back with another video today. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a Stages R right side crankset, which is this right here. So we're going to be going through the setup for this. So the first thing we're going to want to do is remove the chain. This is where your chain pliers comes in. It's pretty straightforward. What you want to do is look for the quick link. You can see that's a quick link right here. So use your chain pliers, remove that quick link, and the chain comes right off. So this will make it easier later when you're pulling the crankset off. You don't have the chain getting in the way. So the next thing we're going to want to do is take your adjusting cap tool and we're going to take off the left side crank arm. That's going to be this bad boy right here. So we just stick the tool in, turn it counterclockwise or left to remove the cap. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, you take your number 5 Allen key, Allen wrench, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to loosen these bolts. So once you've got your screws out, there is like a retainer clip in there that's kind of holding the crank arm on. You can use your adjusting cap tool that has a hooked end here. You can use a hook to kind of, unclip the retainer clip. And that comes out. And then it should be straightforward to pull the crank arm off. It requires a bit of elbow grease, but hey. So now that the left side crank arm is off, this baby should come right out. So she seems to be a little bit stuck. I'm gonna put this cloth on the other end and give it a bit of a whack. So she did need a bit of a whack, but yeah, you'll get her out. Just don't hit it directly with a hammer. Make sure you fold something over it, like a cloth or a t-shirt. Here's the new Stages R right side crankset power meter. What we're gonna probably want to do is just grease the spindle a little bit, so I'm just gonna do that quickly. So I've greased the spindle, as you can see. So now I'm just gonna put it in to the bottom bracket. Just gonna wipe off a bit of the excess grease. So far so good. So now we're going to want to put the left side crank arm back on. So we'll go ahead and do that. So with this, you're going to want to make sure that your left side crank arm is parallel with your right side crank arm. So I'm just going to hold that at 180 degrees, and then we're going to snap the crank arm in the same direction. So let's get that cap back on, right? So what that'll do is ensure you have good tension on the crank arm, that it's not going to be loose when you put the screws in. Remember the retainer clip from earlier? I'm going to put this back in first. So here you can hand tighten these screws with your M5 Allen key. Just hand tighten it as much as it could go. Once you feel any tension in the screws, you're going to want to stop. So this is where the torque wrench comes in. So you make sure you tighten it according to the manufacturer's specifications. Here on the crank arm it says 12 to 14 Newton meters, so that's what we're gonna do on the torque wrench, right? So I'm gonna go with a happy medium. I've got my torque wrench at 13, don't know if you can see that. Now we can tighten the screws. So if you've never used a torque wrench before, it kind of makes a click. You'll make a click noise to tell you when you're at the right tension, so you just keep turning it until you hear it click. Right there. So we're going to stop there. Now we do the other side. Same thing. Just keep tightening until you hear the click. So that's tightened to 13 Newton meters. So we're almost done here. The last step would be to put on the pedal from the old crankset that I've removed. So let's do that and finish up. You can turn that by hand until you can't go any further, and then just use your Allen wrench to finish it off. So as far as the physical install, that should be it. From a technical standpoint, we're gonna have to, use a mobile app and kind of pair up the two, because I've got the left side power meter on here, so now I've got the right side, so I'm gonna pair the two together and get two double-sided power. But yeah, that's it. That's how you install a Stages right-hand crankset power meter.